Show you what Atlanta's traffic looks like when it's really ugly down here, and it's ugly today. So I wanted to keep something simple tonight. So you know who I am, Cool with Chef Sara Ray. And if you don't, I'm Chef Sara Ray. And we've been doing this now for a while and still having fun with it, and it's still a passion and a pleasure and all the love. What I'm doing now here is picking some parsley because tonight I felt the need to have some mussels. We had some in the class this week at school where I teach, and I said, you know what, it's inexpensive. You'll make a nice meal with it. This is the weather for it, because by the time you get through all that traffic, because it's raining down here and it's so ugly, that you want something quick and easy. Now the one thing that you could do on the weekends, if you feel like cooking, or Monday or Sunday or whatever, you can make some marinara and put it in the freezer, which that is something that I do. So tonight we're doing a mussels marinara with angel hair pasta. I like to use the Borelli's Plus pasta. This is the multi-grain pasta. This is one of the nice tasting pastas that has been on the marketplace. So this is one of my favorites. So I've tapered down on eating so much white flour pasta. Actually, it's all made out of semolina. It has a little bit of white flour in there. But so this dish is going to be a little quick and easy. And you know, when everybody hear the words and see the words mussels, here they are. These are gorgeous. I had to go to my favorite place tonight, which is Super H Mart. And these are like, I got them for $3.49 for close to over 2 pounds of mussels right here. And the thing about mussels is, you have to make sure that you go through the bag. You're going to open up the bag anyway, but before you purchase the bag, peek through it to make sure that the bulk of your mussels are alive. Because this is a live shell, a shellfish. These are, I can't think, they're not crustaceans. They are bivalves, which have the clams that's attached to it. You have to make sure that they are alive. And you have to cook them alive. You can't cook them dead. So you have to go through these mussels to make sure, and they smell like the ocean. If they're open up like this, if you can see this, do not use these. You never use anything that's like lobster. Lobster has to be alive unless it's already pre-cooked. Mussels have to be alive, clams have to be alive, and oysters have to be alive. So I picked through these to make sure that there's none that's not dead. And then you tap on them and fill them, because when you purchase them, they're cold. And then you warm them up a little bit with your hands. And if they feel like they're moving like this, when it'll close up on you. See, this closed up on me. So you know that these mussels are good. Another thing that you do is, they have to be attached to a barnacle, so they have like their lifeline. This is called a beard. If you can see this little funny fuzzy thing here, it's just like the umbilical cord. You got to pull it out, because you don't want to serve that to your customer. That doesn't taste good, and it looks very unattractive with on your plate. So go through them and make sure that you get all the beards. And these have a lot of beards, so these were raised in the United States. And that's another thing that you want to do when you go and purchase seafood. See what country it comes from. And they would have a little sign up there saying USA or China or Australia. There's different types of mussels. There are your green mussels, and those comes from New Zealand. And those are the ones that you see primarily frozen. And they're yay long, and you use those primarily for stuffing. These mussels here, you can't pre-open the shells because these shells are so fragile. And then when you cook them, it opens itself up. And that's a wonderful thing. So what I'm doing right now is just still going through the mussels and making sure that there's no beard attached to it, because that would be very untasty if I wanted to, when I cook these and then I accidentally find some. So see, like we have a stone hanging off here. You want to make sure that all that stuff, it doesn't exist when you're preparing your mussels. And these are a little, you can tell these little stubborn things don't want to die, because the beards are too, trying to pull on these things is like crazy. So I have to see it go through a few more. Like I said, this is about 2.5 pounds to 3 pounds of mussels. So we're going to have a good time. This is a quick, easy dish. Mussels can serve as a main course for yourself in the house. or it could be an appetizer. You can dress it up. The holiday season is coming around. You have people that's going to be coming in and out of your homes, and if they're into seafood and you're into seafood, or you have someone that say that doesn't particularly eat meat for the holidays, this is another option for you because it's so very inexpensive. So I have my water on for my pasta, and the other thing that I'm going to do is for my garnish, I have fresh parsley here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to concasse a tomato. Concasse, one of those nice French terms. And all it is I'm going to do a dice of my tomatoes, but in the meantime, what I want to do is score it. Score it on the bottom, because I'm going to peel these. And the best way to do this is to drop it in a pot of boiling water. And that's what I just did, dropped it in a pot of boiling water. The cool thing about mussels is, once you get all your mise en place together, this only takes about 2 to 5 minutes or 8 minutes, depending on how much you're going to put in here and how large the pot is. I'm going to do this in batches because my skillet is not a large skillet and I have a lot of mussels here. So after I get my tomato to where I want it, where the skin is blistered, that's why you have the water boiling, and it's almost there. And then you're going to shock it in cold water because you want to stop the cooking process. Let's see what's up here. Alrighty. Let's see, let's turn this up for a minute. You can keep the water boiling on that at that point. See, and I'll show you this tomato. Look how cool that is. So it's only going to, like I said, it'll only take a minute, and I had the water already boiling. So that's one of those nice culinary terms when you want to peel a tomato quickly. Drop it in water. Let's see my water. So the pasta's boiling. I just need that to blister just a little bit more. My pot's whistling at me, so that means she's ready. I'll put some salt in there. Always season your water with salt when you're cooking pasta, because you can always tell when someone cooks pasta and they don't use a little bit of salt. The starch needs salt to enhance the flavor. Okay. So now, always turn off the stove when you're handling something hot like this. And then I'm going to shock it in cold water. Ah, that's a nice firm tomato too. That is pretty. Wow. Now I'm going to use the same pot to heat up my marinara, because you don't want to handle it when it's hot. Let's get this out of the way here. There we go. Give me some moving room. I have my little garbage bag over here. That peeled off so nicely. That is a firm tomato. That is pretty awesome. I want to use this as a garnish. So, my water's hot. I have garlic, olive oil, some green onions, my mussels, my marinara sauce. Let's put the marinara sauce. Let's get it hot, because you want everything to be hot to serve all at the same time. Yeah, I'm not going to need a lot of that. So I'm going to put this on low. And let that get hot. So now, with your mussels, you can use any type of white wine that you would like. The garlic, you can put onions in there if you prefer to. I'm just going to keep it simple. So right now I'm going to show you how to concasse a tomato. Just cut it in half. Get the seeds out. Get all of that out of there. See, it takes less than 2 minutes to do all this. And it's inexpensive. Make sure all the seeds are out of there. It gets to be a little messy, but that's okay too. Alrighty. See how quick and easy it is? I don't need a lot as far as my tomatoes. I'm only going to do 2. I'm going to do the whole tomato, the half and half, to give me 2. Let's see, it's a little messy, so you're going to have to keep rinsing your hands. And I don't need that. You can save this for stock. It's getting cold outside, so we're going to start doing some soups too. And just dice them up. This will be a nice little garnish for my mussels. And that's all it is. That is all what your concassé consists of. It's just nice small dices, renoirs of tomato. Another culinary term. So just dice this up. And I'm just going to set that to the side. Now, since my water's hot, this angel hair pasta doesn't take that long. I'm going to get my skillet nice and hot because I want that sizzling sound. And when it hits, I want those juices to start, I don't need it too high to start off with. And once it hits, you hear that sss, and that's what I like. I love that sound. It knows that you're cooking something. This pasta only takes about 8, not even 10 minutes because it's a small pasta. So I'll get that started. I'm going to use up all the angel hair pasta. Get that in there. Make sure you stir it because you don't want it to clump. Just move it around for a minute. Put the lid on it and let it cook. So now that that's doing its thing, get myself straightened out here. Keep it nice and clean and neat. Getting my garnish together. So just gather. I'm going to mince up my parsley. Just take it, bring it together in your hand. Make sure your fingers are out of the way. And just hit at it. I picked most of the stems off before I get started. You're going to leave some in there, but make sure you dice them up real fine. So I'm hearing an earshot out for my pot back there. And I like to have a nice fine parsley. I don't like too many big chunks and pieces. So it takes a few minutes for this to get done. So you just keep, if you're fancy with it, you can do it with 2 knives. That's kind of cool. And I love these mussels. They're so beautiful. They're so quick and easy to do. You put a meal together in as little as about 15 to 20 minutes if you already have everything pre-cut or pre-made, preferably your marinara sauce. Or you can always buy your marinara sauce and add your little special touches to it. So however you want to do it to make that quick and easy meal, make it simple. So I have my parsley nice and chopped up the way I want it. I have no stems in the way. That pot is boiling crazy back there. Yeah, this looks good. Pretty meal. I hear you. It's almost ready. So, I'm going to show you this in a minute because the water's boiling. It's a little heavy to pick up right now. It only takes a few minutes for this pasta. That's what I love about angel hair pasta. You can still do al dente. And that's ready. And then we'll get started on the mussels. Turn off the fire. We don't want any accidents. Check that out. That is beautiful. See, it only took a few minutes. I'm going to still use this pot. Let's check out the marinara sauce. It's getting nice and hot. Let's flash this for a minute. I want to stop the cooking process. So I'm shocking this, because I don't want this to overcook. There we go. And you still want your pasta to be al dente. Beautiful. This is going to be such a nice, simple, gorgeous meal. Now, let's get to the fun part. I'm going to turn the heat up for a minute. There we go, because I need and want that sizzling sound. See if it's hot. Best way to tell if it's hot? Nope, not hot enough. So let's bring this up. Everything is coming together quite nicely. I'm going to taste this marinara sauce. Let's see if it needs any adjusting. Stir it around. Wow, this smells wonderful. Wonderful. Now, the good thing about this is you can use this marinara sauce two ways. You can incorporate it with just the mussels or just the pasta. What I'm going to do is take a little hot. That's delicious. What I'm going to do is take and divvy up my pasta sauce and just add some olive oil, some parsley, salt and pepper, and a little bit, hit it with a little bit of the herbs. I just need a little bit of something missing in there. Yep. Need a touch of a little bit of salt, not much. That's all you need. Let's test out this skillet. Two ways. Here, I feel the heat because my hand is here and the heat is rising. So we're ready to go with the mussels. Go with a little bit of olive oil. I don't need a lot because I don't want it too oily. Just a little bit more. Swirl it around. Let's put a little bit more in here. That's a little bit too much. And that's really, really hot. There we go. I like that sizzling sound. Put a little bit of garlic in here. Move quick with it because the skillet is hot. Move it around so it won't scorch and burn too much on you. Just like that, it got real quick. Put some mussels going on in there. A little bit too hot for me. Turn this down now. It's a little too high. Season it. I always do a little salt and pepper with that. A little bit of Italian. And see how it hit it? Toss it around. Let me get some little onions going on in there. You got to work fast with that garlic when the skillet is that hot. Now turn this up. If you are worried about cooking with alcohol, one thing about cooking with alcohol is you'll get the aroma, but once the alcohol hits the skillet, it will evaporate. So for people that's concerned about cooking with wines and spirits, all it's going to take is a little bit of that flavor is what you're trying to achieve. But you're not going to get the full flavor of the wine like you think you're consuming alcohol, because that's not, it's no longer there because it burns off. Okay? And looky there. We're going to take that one off. Look how big those things are. Put that to the side. I missed a beer. And that's going to happen time to time. As long as you don't serve it and you catch it on time. Like I said, I'm going to do this in stages. Now, I want that alcohol to mix in with my sauce. Everything's going to be hot. pour that in there. Ooh la la. It's gonna be good tonight. Look at that. So, put those there. Do a little bit more. I can use the same pan as long as it doesn't scorch or burn anything. A little olive oil here. A little garlic. Love garlic, if you haven't noticed. Move it around. And let's get a little bit of the onions in there. Some of these little deers was hiding from me. There we go. Move it around. Get some salt going on in there. And don't forget the best part, the wine, if you want to develop that flavor. Look at that. Flambe. Did anybody catch that? Okay, while that's cooking, you want to get them, you don't want them to be overcooked. It doesn't take long for mussels, as you can tell, to cook. But there's that fine line to where when they pop open, you want them to slide off the side of the shells. And once they slide off the side of the shells, they're done. But if they straw up, they're overcooked. So, let's switch out the pan. Because I'm gonna go to my sauce, garlic, my favorite. And this is how I do it at home. Olive oil. Let's see how we're doing over here. We're gonna switch it out because I want you to see this. This will be alright. Just put this on low. It'll be alright. A little bit of garlic. Toss that. Some seasonings. Do a nice toss. I want some color. A little bit more color. A little bit of oil. You toss this because you don't want it to stick. And this is how you would do your pasta. And let's check out the mussels. How are we doing over here? Oh yeah, they're doing real good. Take this. Like I told you, this is a quick, easy meal. It's a nice meal to entertain your friends with on a Thursday night or a Friday night or a Saturday night. And they're real inexpensive. They're gorgeous. It don't take that long to prepare. Have company over. And have some nice bread with that, some nice wine with that. And oh, you got a meal. Let's see, we want to make sure that this is done. I want some color, so I'm going to hit it with a little bit of parsley. If you have any mussels left over, take them out of the shell and make a pasta salad with it. It goes great with a cold pasta salad the next day if you have some left over. Excuse me. So, let's see how we're going to put this together. Look at the juice on that. You got a little bit of mussels left over. This is where your culinary skills come into play. You want to make it all look nice and attractive. Let's see. You get a fork. that gorgeous? Check that out. They all open up. They just need a little bit more time to cook. And while that's cooking, take my pasta, swirl it, and we'll put it right there in the center. Check that out. That looks delicious. Gorgeous and delicious all at the same time. Wow. Let's turn this off because we don't want it to overcook. I don't want to lose those juices. And finish it up. So we just pour it around here. Oh man, look at that. I can't wait to sink my teeth into this. Have some garlic bread or breadsticks. Let me clear it over here so you can get a full view of something that's beautiful, quick and easy. Remember that concassé of tomatoes that I did? Keep it on top. Just put it right there in the middle because I want that color. Because you have all the sea of black, a little bit of white, and now I have red. And top it off with some parsley. Wow. That is our meal. How about that? That was worth the wait of an hour coming over here in traffic, coming to the studio because it's raining down here. And awesome. That is gorgeous. So this would be a quick, easy meal that you can do for your friends or family. And we're going to enjoy it. So you're going to come with us for the after show, and we're going to tell you what we think about this beautiful presentation that I prepared here tonight. Thank you for joining me with Cooking with Chef Sara Ray. I am Chef Sara Ray. It's Thursday night. And Mussels, inexpensive pasta. It's a nice, I don't like to use the word cheap because it's not cheap because it's gorgeous. But it's a nice, inexpensive meal for 4 to 5 people. Maybe 3, maybe 2, depends. See, I love mussels, so I made half of this by myself. So I spent no more than, this is $6 for a meal for tonight. Isn't that awesome? A $6 meal. If I went out to the restaurant, this meal would cost me about $15, $16. But there's more involved in it. When you're at home, it's cheaper for you to do it. So I'm not advocating staying at home all the time, but when it's time to eat in, make sure you want to have something that you enjoy. So we're going to see you at the after show in about 5 or 10 minutes. So hold tight. We'll be back. All right? Thank you. As my friend Julia Childs used to say, bon appetit. And now you know what's in all of this and how quick and easy and simple it is. Thank you. And as I said, this is a perfect dish for entertaining. And now that it's the 3 of us at the table, so guess what? My wish became to a reality here. It's the 3 of us. And Veronica, tell us a little bit about yourself. They know they're a little bit familiar with us because they see us every Thursday night. So just speak a little bit. Don't be shy. Can't have you at the table and not speak.
Hey, I'm Veronica. I'm hungry, and I came in the house and I said, "Ooh, what's cooking?" So I had to follow my nose, and next thing you know, my butt planted right where the plate is, and I'm about to enjoy some mussels. And what else do we have, Chef?
We have the angel hair pasta, which is a multi-grain pasta. We have some tomatoes, and it's cooked in a little bit of white wine and the marinara sauce. So I'm going to scoop you up a couple of things of mussels.
Oh, thank you.
And scoop you up some pasta. I'm going to toss it a little bit. And we have breadsticks here. I kept this dish simple tonight. See, this is something you can have a nice beverage with it, a nice glass of wine with it if you're serving it. This is a perfect girls' night out meal, or if you have guests before your big feast on the holidays or something for the weekends, this is something that you can do. You're very welcome. So I'm gonna let them try it first. You know I'm gonna eat my own cooking. So, and I just love me some mussels. They are very, very delicious. Quick and easy and really inexpensive to prepare. So we'll get an opinion. I'll get that.
Other than our own for a change.
No. Yes, it's good. It's good. It's gotten a little quiet in here. We can't have dead air. I heard the So it must be pretty good. You can tell when people enjoy something is, would you like to have little tomatoes?
Please, thank you.
Okay. I love this. This is our thing that we do on Thursday nights. And we just have a good time with it. And cooking with Chef Sara Ray here. And it's wonderful to have another guest.
My pleasure. This is good.
We've been waiting for her to come over here for a while now. She finally made it.
She finally made it.
Better late than never. So I'm going to spoon me some up now. And while they're eating it, and just tell me what you think. I'm open to suggestions and criticisms, positive, constructive criticism. But this looks good.
Well, I know it smells awesome.
So my mouth, if it smells good, it should taste good. I like breadsticks with my pasta.
Now, I came a little late. What kind of tomatoes did you use?
I use Roma tomatoes in a freshly made marinara sauce. This marinara sauce is from my garden.
And it's homemade. That's the good part about it. She makes
my
everything
tomatoes
from scratch.
Picked.
So I hear 2
This is really good, you guys.
And
yeah, this is really good.
Some finger smacking.
And you know the funniest thing about it, I've never eaten mussels. And you know, Chef, she always got me trying something new.
You've never eaten mussels?
No.
Wow.
not ever. Well, this is what food is all about. It's about breaking bread with people, introducing people to different types of cuisines that they've never had before, and it's all available. And who's to say that you can't enjoy it? At least try something new, you know, for something in just trying new foods and different types of foods. I don't think it's going to hurt you. And this pasta is it's a multi-grain pasta. I've switched over to multi-grain pasta a while back versus eating your regular white pasta. This is so good.
This is really a treat tonight, Chef. I noticed you made this meal in less than 30 minutes.
Right. This is one of those meals that you put together that you can go to the store, gather up your ingredients, and you can even do, if you don't have time, you can do marinara sauce out of the can. Just diaper it up. Add some more garlic to it, some olive oil, some Italian seasonings with it, because it's going to have that flavor from the company that made it, but you want to make it to your own. And everything that you do, you want to make your own. So, it's so good.
So tell me, is mussel an aphrodisiac?
No, only clams are.
Oh, okay.
But they're my aphrodisiac because I just think they're just so good. I just love them.
They remind me of oysters. So are they in the same family? Or?
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, they are a bivalve, and they grow naturally in a bed, and they just attach themselves to. They even attach themselves to ships.
Really?
If a ship's been sitting around for a long period of time, they attach themselves. You saw me take that beard off. That's their lifeline. And they just start growing. So you can get mussels just about anywhere where they grow.
I heard you say something about making sure that they're alive when you cook them.
Any type of bivalve, crustacean, especially your lobsters, your crabs, make sure that they're alive. Well, actually, just your lobster, because your crabs you're going to get, unless you get the soft shell crabs, the hard shells before they mulch and come out of their shell, you want to make sure that they're alive, because you never want to eat something that's dead. Because it says there's a, I don't know the name of the bacteria that will to grow and it becomes toxic.
Okay.
So that's why you always have to eat something that's along those lines. So mussels, clams, oysters, unless they've already been shucked and canned, they need to be alive when you serve them. So that's a little bit of taste and history on that. And make sure you try to get a lot of the beard off. But you got to really go through these mussels because they'll hide on you. But so what do y'all think?
I think
it's quiet. I think that's a good thing.
Really good.
I'm glad you're here to join us tonight.
I've had mussels before, but never with this much flavor.
Really?
Oh wow!
Mostly people just do, what is it? This oil or something, or just not this much flavor. It's really
Okay,
good.
I sauteed it in olive oil and hit it with a little bit of salt and some white wine. And it cooks in its own liquid. It will develop its own liquid, its own juices. And then I just added the marinara sauce on top. And you can also just add some, you don't have to do it with olive oil. Or, I mean, not the olive oil, but you don't have to do it with marinara sauce. That's just one of the dishes. You can
I
make
think it adds something really good to it.
I think so too.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're mixing it in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So anything to add? We're so glad to have you breaking bread with us at the table at Cooking with Chef Sara Ray on a Thursday night. And it is clammy outside,
Yes,
it's wet, and yucky outside, and this is just a nice, warm family environment, and we're just having such a good time.
And a great cozy meal tonight.
It is delicious. So we want you to join us back next Thursday night. You know where to find us. I'll tell you what we'll cook. Just follow me on tweet, and I'll tweet tonight about what I've done and where to get these beautiful mussels. And Monica?
And thank you for joining Cooking with Chef Sara Ray. And you know, you can find her on Twitter at Chef Sara Ray, and also you can Google her at Chef Sara Ray, and you can email her at sfrayllc@gmail.com. And again, the website is being updated, and you'll be able to check her out there as well. Again, we thank you for your time and your consideration, and thank you for viewing the show. We appreciate your support.
We really do. And everything is delicious, and it's one of those nice treats that you'll be able to enjoy with friends. Have friends over, get back to the table. You notice, a lot of, I'm long-winded. I'm going to make this short as possible. This is the nice thing about sitting down and being at the dinner table.
This is true.
So this is our once-a-week treat of being at the dinner table, our after show. I've noticed that a lot of cooking shows, people are sitting down and eating, trying to bring people back to the dinner table. That's awesome. So we started, I want to say we started a trend. What you think?
Yes, I think we did too.
I do. So we're going to see you next week at the after show. Peace, love, and be safe. And
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
I'm coming back to the table next week too.
Yay!
If you cook this at home, then you need to tune in too, because you're going to be back at the table next week.
That's right. Join us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.